What's up everyone, welcome back to Switchcrafted. It's a great day to be a gamer. We're less than a week away from Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu coming out on the Nintendo Switch. And this is my most anticipated game of the year, and yes, that includes Smash Bros. Ultimate. Pokemon for the Switch will also be the fifth and final game in my 5 most anticipated Switch games of 2018. So let's round up everything we know in preparation for what is sure to be the best-selling game on this console. First up, and most obviously, the game will be divided into 2 versions, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, pretty closely based on the map and story from the original Pokemon Yellow for the Game Boy Color. I say based on that game because it's not just a port or a remaster. There are a lot of similarities, but some key differences which we'll get into throughout the video. First up are the graphics, and we finally have a Pokemon game brought into the modern age of gaming. From all the trailers and gameplay footage we've seen so far, it's without a doubt the best looking Pokemon game ever, with beautiful textures and lighting, environments, and visuals. I'm so excited to see these reimagined because of how many hundreds and hundreds of hours I've sunk into Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow especially. Using even the Game Boy Color, you're limited to pixelated graphics on a tiny screen. I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything, but seeing what's been released so far, I'm so hyped to see the game I've imagined in my head all these years finally built to match. I already know, and comment if you feel the same, that I'm going to play this game for the first few days without being able to help but smile, as it looks like I imagined it as a kid. How nuts is it that I'm already nostalgic for a game that hasn't even come out yet? But on to more we know. While this game has gotten some heat from the hardcore Pokemon RPG fans out there, myself included, because we were told this game would be a hybrid of the handheld style we know and love and the mobile Pokemon Go version. We had no idea what this meant for catching and leveling up Pokemon, and especially the battling system. That battling system hasn't changed much over the years, and I'm personally in the camp of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can imagine how happy I was when I saw the Nintendo Minute update on YouTube showing some of the battle system on October 19th. It's clear in this video that the battle system at first glance appears to have the traditional turn-based attacks, with attack, Pokemon, and bag as options. After selecting attack, we get the traditional 4 move choices, and they execute as normal. After selecting Pokemon, we also get the traditional choice of switching to another one of our 6 current active Pokemon. Bag, it's safe to assume, will grant you access to using an item of your choice, including throwing a Pokeball when encountering a wild Pokemon. So far so good, but this is where we see more of the Pokemon Go influence. First of all, wild Pokemon are still found wandering around in tall grass, but they're no longer hidden. You see them flying or walking around, allowing you to select who you run into, much like Pokemon Go. Secondly, capturing a Pokemon looks like something a handheld player will be exposed to for the first time unless you've played the smartphone version as well. We get the Pokemon Go shrinking circle mechanic, and it's going to be up to us to toss a Pokeball at the right time and at the right angle to successfully enslave a new pocket monster that we can then use in battles until fainting. I can't wait. But it looks like attacking a wild Pokemon to weaken it before capturing is a thing of the past. Also, if you're playing beside a buddy, they'll be able to help you out by throwing a Pokeball at the same time on screen, giving you a better chance of making that Pokemon yours. That's obviously something new for the Switch. From that last clip, you've also no doubt noticed that you have a new way of controlling in the game. You can play in handheld mode, you can play with your Pro Controller in dock mode, but you'll also be able to play with an optional Pokeball controller if you opt for that purchase. The Pokeball controller has an analog stick, HD rumble, and can altogether replace all other methods of controlling. Right off the bat, it seems like a gimmick, but it has some other features. You can pick Pokemon you've captured to store in it. It then lights up and makes noises based on who's inside. Now get this. You can take that little bugger with you. Walking around with it will act as a way to level up your Pokemon based on the number of steps you take. Think Pokemon Daycare in handheld versions, or walking around to hatch an egg if you're more familiar with Pokemon Go. The Pokemon Go tie-ins don't stop there. If you have a built-up game on your cell, you can transfer all of these Go Pokemon into Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu and see them in your Go Park. They go from list form on your mobile to being out in the open where you can interact with them and even play mini games. Each time you transfer, you also have the ability to get a mystery box that can give you unique items or even a chance at catching the rare Pokemon Melton. It's looking more and more like this is a full-fledged game and not just a Pokemon Go skeleton software port like some people on YouTube are fearing. Thank goodness for that. But finally, let's talk about the story and the actual Pokemon themselves. In all the trailers, this is what made me smile most. It looks like we're going to be able to relive Yellow and therefore Red and Blue in all of its glory. Down to facing the well-known gym leaders Brock, Misty, Lieutenant Surge, and Erica. I'm assuming that Koga, Sabrina, Blaine, and Giovanni will be there as well. Giovanni? Yup. We'll also have Team Rocket as baddies with Jesse and James making a comeback. It'll be like being in 1998 all over again, except this time we'll be able to have a lot more Pokemon walk around with us outside their Pokeballs instead of just Pikachu. Obviously we can do the same with Eevee, and we've seen Ash riding on an Arcanine, flying on a Dragonite, and slithering along on an Onix. The similarities don't stop there. It's clear in the trailers that we'll have access to catch Zapdos in the Power Plant, Articuno in the Seafoam Islands, and Moltres in Victory Road on our way to the Elite Four. Now, while we know we'll be able to make our choice of the original 151 Pokemon, there are a lot of hints that the roster might come right out of the box ready to expand. In trailers, you can see a Steelix if you look closely, and you can transfer Pokemon Go Pokemon from a lot of other regions into your Go Park. I'm still torn if I want to be able to expand the original 151 to the 400 plus it's grown to. I mean, I got trouble keeping track of all of those buggers. But if not, you can bet we'll probably get them and more traditional Pokemon regions in DLC down the road. Well, there you have it. Most, if not everything we know about Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. Putting this video together and having all the info in one place really gave me a clear picture of what we can expect. And now I'm even more hyped. Let me know down in the comments which version you're picking up, Eevee or Pikachu, and if you're going to opt for the Pokeball Controller. Now it's just a few more sleeps until November 16th. It's a great day to be a gamer. Switchcraft out.